Today I want to talk to you about how Tesla's website hypnotizes customers into spending more money on a Tesla without them even realizing it. My name is Christopher Claflin. I'm the founder and owner of CompleteWebLaunch.com, where we design and build web-based applications and websites just like Tesla. We didn't build Tesla, but Tesla is one of the best examples that I have ever seen of how to effectively do this, because you can spend so much money on a Tesla and it feels fun doing it. And companies with larger budgets that have been around longer, with more sales and higher profit margins like Ford and Chevy and Toyota, basically all the car companies don't do it as well as Tesla. And I'm going to explain exactly how Tesla dominates the market in terms of being able to build your own vehicle and spend more money when you're creating your vehicle online. Let's check it out. So the first thing you'll notice on Tesla's website is you have this beautiful, huge hero image of the Model S. And there's nothing that detracts from this. It is the centerpiece, and there's nothing else that's pulling your attention away from the Model S. And it's the same case as you scroll down the website. Whatever vehicle you're looking at on the home page it's super prominent. And something else that's interesting about this, that's a brilliant design and development choice, is if you look closely, these images are not even high quality images. They're not retina display images. They're pretty lightweight files. But your eye doesn't pick up on that because the designers made a really important decision, and they decided to ensure that the high contrast areas, the blacks, the whites, and especially the edges of these vehicles are super sharp and really crisp. So if you look carefully along the gradient sections, things are actually pretty pixelated, but it doesn't matter because your eye focuses on the high contrast portions and your brain fills in the gaps. So at first glance, this looks like a really premium, high-quality image, and that's the case on all the images on Tesla's website. Like if you look at the shadows, if you look at the blacks, you look at the whites, they just pop. They're very high contrast, and your brain just fills in the edges, fills in the difference in between, and that allows Tesla to be able to load so fast. They're the fastest loading website of any auto manufacturer I have been able to find. It's brilliant. And one other very subtle thing that you might not pick up on is when you first load the website, this little line of text, these two buttons, and also this down arrow don't exist for the first second. So the only thing that grabs your attention is the Model S. Check this out. Nothing but the Model S, and then these load a second after. But I'm getting distracted. I don't want to geek out too much on these things. I want to talk about how they hypnotize users into spending more money. So let's click on custom order for the Model S. So what we get is a loadout with a really large picture of the vehicle. This is a really important thing to note, because if we load, for example, I'm going to start comparing this to something so you have something to compare to. Let's build a Corvette, a 2021 Corvette. Just want to point out really quickly, compared to the Tesla site homepage, look at how clean this is. So clean, beautiful image of the Model S. Corvette's got this video. They've got the Chevy logo in the left. The navigation is not as seamless. It doesn't blend into what I'm looking at here as well. The video quality on this is not anything to like be impressed by. And then we've got all of these like different nav links that are confusing. Like they're all competing. And really what I want to do is build and price, but we've got 4 other links that are competing with that. And then 4 links at the top that are competing with that. Maybe I'll do a video on all the mistakes that Chevrolet has made with their website, but that's not what we're doing here. I'm going to click build and price, and this is going to load out the Corvette build out option. Do you see how confusing this is? Like how much stuff there is here and how small the image of the Corvette is compared to the Tesla Model S. When I hit the custom order button, this is the main thing that my attention is drawn to. And it's done intentionally because my focus is on the vehicle rather than all of the specs and options that I have. Chevy actually detracts from my ability to load this thing out and spend more money, whereas Tesla makes it super easy. So one of the things that Tesla does is they show the long range and the plaid version. I'm like, okay, well, I'll do the long range because it's cheaper. I'm going to spend $74,000 and I'm going to go down and spec this thing out. And what's really brilliant is Tesla, they give us this like side panel to build out our Tesla. And this is the only time that I'm going to see price until I check out. Other car companies, Chevy, for example, I'm going to choose a convertible. Okay, $68,000. That seems pretty reasonable. They give me like an option to opt out of this, like changing your selection to your Z51 performance package as well as trim color option and accessory selections. Configure assistant. Do I want to continue? I guess. Maybe I don't. Like maybe I want to stop building this thing. That's outrageous. But it's amazing how many companies will give you reasons to not continue to check out or not continue to building your car. So I'm going to do a convertible and I'm going to go to select trim, and Chevy's got this price that updates every time I make a selection. And what's interesting is then I start playing a game rather than seeing how cool I can make my Corvette. I'm paying attention to how cheap I can make it, like how much bang I can get for my buck. But Tesla doesn't do that. I've chosen long range at $74,000. I'm going to do a red Tesla. So I'm going to choose the arachnid wheels. I'm going to do a white interior because I think that looks super sharp. And Tesla knows to take me to the interior view when I click that. And if I decide later, well, actually, I want to do the Tempest wheels, it kicks me back out to the exterior so I can see exactly how that's going to affect the look of my vehicle. Really smart decision. This whole website behaves like it's an app, and every single part of this process has been well thought through. So I'm not thinking about price, even though price is being shown with all of these selections that I'm doing. I'm thinking about how awesome my car is going to be. So here's a $10,000 option, self-driving capability, but I'm focused on how awesome this animation is, showing how the self-driving is going to work, make my life easier. I'm going to add that. But the other thing about the self-driving capability section is how like high tech it feels. This is a really high-end animation. And from a web development perspective, like the animation artists that you have to have involved in something like this, like having a really nice, what we call clay layout of a parking lot for this demonstration of the summon capability. This is a really expensive piece to work into a website. But Tesla has done it because they know that this conveys what they are, a technology company and a luxury vehicle brand. So this entire process is just so intuitive and easy. And now here I am at the continue to payment. And what is even better about Tesla that a lot of companies don't do is when I click continue to payment, I'm on a new page, but the loadout is the exact same and it loaded in half a second. So I don't feel like I am on a new page, and I've got this familiar like customization window that I've been using. And so I'm still in the same flow process of building my Tesla, which makes it more difficult for my brain to just like check out of the activity that I'm in. It makes it really seamless to purchase my Model S. And now I get the $94,000 price tag, which is $20,000 higher than where I started, but I haven't really been thinking about it. And if I click on order with card, it just loads out my card details in the same window. So I just like continue with the same like flow, the same workflow, the same layout, the same page, and it makes it really seamless. Now, you might be like, whoa, I'm not hypnotized into buying a Tesla, bro. And you might not be. But if you look at other websites, car manufacturers, where you design and build your own vehicle, you'll notice how seamless and easy it is to wind up on the fill out your credit card information field compared to other websites. Like other car manufacturers almost give you reasons not to place an order, which is mind-blowing. I don't understand it. I'll have to go over the Corvette build out process on its own video, but this is how Tesla does it. This is how Tesla makes it super easy and intuitive and kind of lull you into a state of flow while you're building out your vehicle. And before you know it, you're on the checkout page and you're ready to purchase, which if you weren't planning on purchasing, they weren't going to have you as a customer anyway. But if you decided that you were going to buy a Tesla and you go through this process and you already were committed, you're likely to spend a lot more money on your Tesla than you were planning because of how intuitive, clean, beautiful, and fun this Tesla build process is on their website. So that's how they convince you to spend a little bit more money. And they do a lot of other amazing things in terms of the design, the layout, the user interface, and the user experience on their website that if you'd like me to do a video on some of those more like subtle items, I would be happy to, but this is the first in a long series of just kind of reviewing websites, what companies do really well and what they do really poorly. And I thought I'd start with Tesla because it's such a fun, simple, clean, easy to use website that just like packs a huge punch for the company. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to check out some of our work, you can visit completeweblaunch.com, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.